Hello, and welcome to the first installment of Treasure Hunting with Colorado Jones, the show where I, Colorado Jones, will teach you how to discover ancestral artifacts to return them to their rightful home, museums. Today's episode will be on booby traps. Now, the audience at home might be thinking to themselves, booby traps, really? On my treasure hunting adventures, am I really going to run into booby traps? Isn't that exclusive to the movies? That can't be real. Unfortunately, the reality is, yes, booby traps are real. Just like how we desire these ancient artifacts that we're searching for day in and day out, the ancient peoples which owned those artifacts, they highly valued them too. And they most certainly did not want to get them into the wrong hands. So they in their ancestral buildings and temples and things like that, whatever, they built various just obstacles to keep you from getting these things. So, natural obstacles like ledges, but they also put in a lot of manpower to make sure that it doesn't get into the wrong hands. So as treasure hunters, we have to be responsible and understand that booby traps are real and they can hurt you. So we have to watch out for that. So today I'll instruct you on the various booby traps we have. Now, when it comes to the various obstacles, there's of course the natural obstacles. Sometimes there are chasms that, there's just big gaps in the floor or whatever that you have to jump across or maybe swing over with you have your whip. I don't have my whip with me today, but sometimes you have to take your whip and swing. Sometimes you have to climb heights or get down in far tunnels. Those are some various obstacles that they give you. But they also did a lot of man-made traps, and how they did them is basically they would have things that would detect a disturbance. And once this disturbance is detected, once this mechanism is set off, they'll shoot arrows or various other deadly weapons to prevent the treasure hunter from going even further. Some of these set-offs include light. They have it set up so where if there is a disturbance in the light, then the trap will detect it and it'll fire off whatever weapon it uses. They also, pressure plates are a very common thing. Basically, they're set around the floor of wherever you are, and if you step on these certain plates, and if they detect pressure, then they will set off whatever it is. So it could be arrows, axes, whatever. But one of the most common booby traps that you'll run into are tripwires. The reason why tripwires are so commonly used is because they're hard to see. So a lot of times, and I don't have one with me today except the one that's set up here, but there will be they're just ropes, they're strings. And being ropes and strings, they're very hard to see. Obviously, and these buildings are usually not well lit. So they're hard to see and they're very small. And so with these very small tripwires, they're just easy to set off. It's one of the oldest tricks in the books. So that's what we have to get rid of. So today I will be joined with my partner Sparks McKinkle, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Sparks McKinkle.
Yep, she's helped me out for years now, and she'll be kind of my assistant in today's endeavors. So basically, I'll have you stand over here. And right here, I have set up a tripwire. Now, as you can see, you can't see it. That's because tripwires are very indetectable. That's why they're so effective. So basically, what will happen is Sparks is an unsuspecting treasure hunter. She's ready to get this treasure, but she's not being aware of her surrounding and what is the dangers that lie ahead. So what will happen is Allie will walk across this unsuspecting catacomb. So go ahead, you can walk Sparks. And then all of a sudden, she trips the tripwire, and now Sparks is dead. So we have to be careful with this. This is just, because oftentimes on these treasure hunts, it's not going to be ourselves. It's going to be accompanied with other people. So we don't want this to happen. So you might say, tripwires, how do we avoid tripwires? They seem so hard. They are hard, but it's not impossible. The first thing is you just have to keep an eye out. Especially anywhere where you step, you have to make sure you're watching where you step, not only for tripwires, but anything. So you just have to be very careful. Also, another thing that's important, and it's important for any treasure hunt, is to have a source of light. Whether that be with batteries, with a flashlight, or if you don't have electricity or anything available like that, you can light a torch on fire or any kind of thing on fire to get you that light source. And that will help you see the various tripwires and any other traps that are on your way. So, you all right, Sparks?
Good.
All right, good. Thank you very much, Sparks. What a lovely helper we have today. So, the next thing I want to talk about before I get into the next booby trap is animals, if you want to get that prepared, the next trap. So, the buildings that you're going to be hunting through are going to be old and they're going to be abandoned. So that means that a lot of dangerous animals will be inhabiting them. Some are innocent, like mice and things, maybe little bugs, cockroaches, which aren't super, dangerous. It's just annoying. However, there are animals that you're going to have to look out for. For example, poisonous spiders are there a lot, so you have to make sure that when you're looking around to make sure that there's no pests, and if you do see something like a poisonous spider, be careful to stay away from it. And also bringing first aid things that will help with fight against the poison is also good. Again, there can be like rats, really mean rats. There can be poisonous frogs, really, in these, because you might be in, very jungly areas, so there could be things. And oh gosh, why do you have that out there, Sparks? What do you have that? This is a studio. This is a studio. Why do you have a snake in here?
You're talking about it. It's like...
This doesn't mean you have to bring one. I can just mention it. I can just say, there's snakes. You don't have to...
cute.
That's not cute. That's a rattlesnake.
You hate Jerry. Look at him.
Why does it have a name?
Because it's Jerry.
Is it your pet? You just keep him
as a...
Yes,
it is.
You can't
and
keep
you hate him.
I don't... Why do you have a pet snake? And why do you name him Jerry?
You know what? You're hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry, Sparks. I'm sorry. I just don't understand why you have a pet snake. And you know how much I hate snakes. All right? I'm Colorado Jones, the infamous snake hater. I hate snakes.
Is there one snake you don't hate?
Sparks, it's a rattlesnake. It's poisonous. It's going to bite me. Look at that. It's ready. Look at that thing. No, it's going to bite me. You get that away from me, Allie. It's going to bite me. This is not... Listen, Allie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I insulted your snakes. You know how much I hate snake. I've helped lobby congressmen to pass anti-snake legislation. I really don't like snakes.
This is true.
But you know what? I don't hate all snakes. And I don't hate Jerry.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that I made Jerry feel bad. Okay, all right, now, put your snake away. The last booby trap I'm going to talk to you about is pressure plates. Now, I know I already discussed it earlier with the pressure plates on the floor, but there's also a special kind of pressure plate. So, oftentimes, you'll get to the final room in whatever building you are, and here it is. Here is the treasure. So it's here to, look, it's ready to grab. I can just grab it like this, but that is a bad idea. The reason why is oftentimes, kind of the lecterns or whatever holds the treasure, they will have plates right here. And the plates are set to the specific weight of the treasure. However, so if you take it off, those plates will detect that the treasure is gone, and so then the arrows and things, whatever weapon, will set off. So you want to make sure, and I don't have it with me today, but oftentimes you need something that you can mess with the weight so that you can change the weight whatever you want. A sandbag is a classic tool. You can take sand out, you can put sand in, whatever you need to do, and basically what you do is, imagine I have the sandbag here, and I have the treasure here. All you have to do is swap it like that. And that way, it does have a little bit of delay, so if you can take advantage of that delay and quickly swap it out, you'll be good. And so those are a couple booby traps that you might run into. So, I'm so glad you joined us here today. This has been the first episode of Colorado Jones. We've loved having you. And
hey, what are you doing in my studio?
What? I'm Colorado Jones. I don't.
Utah, Texas, Arizona, I don't care who you are. Get out of my studio.
But this is a show. I'm in the middle of a live show.
Get out of here. Ohio, I don't care who you are.
I'm Colorado. Have you not heard of anyway?
No, I've never heard of you.
All right. We've enjoyed you so much today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stay safe out there and keep treasure hunting. We hope you have a good night. Bye.
Get out of here.
I'm just trying to throw a show on. No, this is my treasure. I brought that treasure.